What if everything that's happening in your life, good or bad, is perfect as per the blueprint? What exactly is the blueprint? Do we really have a blueprint? Can we really change our blueprint? What exactly is a blueprint? Is it a master plan or a foundation? Is it a mental thing? Physical, emotional, or genetic? Or do you think it's a combination of all of them put together? Of course, the biggest question is, do we really have a blueprint? What if everything that's happening in your life right now, be it good or bad, be it your health, be it your wealth, be it your relationships, or even your career, is perfect as per the blueprint? Let's say if your blueprint says life is tough, and if your life right now truly is tough, that only means it is perfect as per the blueprint. Imagine your blueprint says people are not trustworthy, and at this point of time in your life, you're constantly getting cheated by somebody or the other in your life. It only means it is perfect as per your internal blueprint. Now, if this is true, the master question for all of us is, can we really change our blueprint? With all my therapeutic, coaching, and facilitation experience, the answer is yes, we can definitely change our blueprint. We can rebuild the broken foundation, and we all together can definitely change our master plan. Have you ever wondered why some people put in tremendous amount of efforts, but they hardly get any results in life? But at the same time, there are a lot of people who put in less efforts and they get absolutely miraculous results in life. The game is with your blueprint. So if your blueprint is positive and strong, even little efforts gets magnified beautifully. But if your blueprint is weak or negative, tremendous amount of efforts also gets nullified by your own blueprint. So the game is to get your blueprint right. Our life is like a tree. If you look at a tree, there is an outer part and there is an inner part. There is a visible part and there is an invisible part. There are fruits and there are roots. What are we all interested in? Definitely the fruits, because that is the visible part of it. But we all understand that the quality of the fruits totally depend on the quality of the roots. If the roots are strong, the fruits are wonderful. And we all are interested in the fruits. What do you mean by the fruits? It's none other than your results. What do you mean by the roots? It's none other than your blueprint. So if results are the outermost part, and that is exactly what is important for all of us, it is time for all of us to go a little deeper to understand what all do we have to change our results. Now, how many of you agree our behaviors are responsible for our results? If you behave positively, your results are positive. Of course, a lot of us would say our circumstance also defines our results. However, how you behave in those circumstances defines our results. So regardless of the circumstance, if you are able to behave positively, there is a higher chance you will get positive results. But now the question is, what is responsible for the way we behave? Our emotions are responsible for our behaviors. Think about this. If you are happy, your behaviors are different. If you're sad, your behaviors are different. If you're excited, your behaviors obviously are different, which means your emotions are responsible for your behaviors, and your behaviors are responsible for your results. But what creates your emotions? Our thoughts create our emotions. Now think about this. If we think positive, we naturally emote positively. If we emote positively, our behaviors are positive. And if our behaviors are positive, the results obviously are positive. Now, if you look at the flip side, if we think negatively, we emote negatively. If we emote negatively, our behaviors obviously are negative. And if our behaviors are negative, there is a higher possibility of a failure. But in a given scenario, different people think differently and hence emote and behave differently. How a champion thinks is completely different than how an average person thinks. That too for the same goal. So, what then creates our behaviors? What creates our emotions? What creates our thoughts? What is that deeper thing? What is the blueprint? It is none other than our belief system. So the crucial question is, what is the job of every belief? The job of every belief is to prove itself by giving you an experience or a result in alignment with itself. So if you have a belief that life is tough, what will this belief do? It will make your life tough. If you have a belief that relationships are difficult to handle, what will this belief do? It will ensure that your relationships are tremendously difficult to handle. Now, how would a belief ensure this? By altering and manipulating your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, and producing the experience. Let's take another example. Let's say you're working for a corporate and your boss gives you a target. Your first belief response to the target is, this is impossible. Now, what will this belief do? It will ensure that it produces negative thoughts. It will ensure that it produces negative emotions, and it will ensure that you behave subconsciously in a negative way, in turn failing to achieve that target. And you know what? When people fail, they now proudly say, I knew this from day one. Not understanding that if you knew this from day one, that means your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors were negative from day one. And in that case, you should not be surprised with a failure. This is an ultimate game that your belief plays, which means your belief regarding your health, your belief regarding your wealth, your belief regarding yourself and your life is acting every second. Good or bad does not matter. The job of your belief is to ensure to make it happen. So a lot of people also ask, does the experience create the belief or does the belief create the experience? Now this is also like asking which came first, the egg or the hen. Now who cares? Does it really matter? We have two options. One, wait that one day a beautiful experience will happen and that will change our belief system, or we change our belief systems to produce beautiful experiences in the future. Let's understand another amazing point about belief system. A belief need not be true for it to function. It just functions. Now, how many of you have heard about the word placebo? All people associated with the medical industry or the pharmaceutical industry and all medical professionals would definitely know the term placebo. Placebo is a fake medicine, but when it's given to somebody who does not know it's fake, it still works because the person believes that it is a medicine. So what's really working is the belief system. So a placebo need not be true. A belief need not be true for it to function. Have you ever taken somebody to a doctor whom they completely believe in, and once they go to that doctor, they suddenly start feeling okay? In fact, there are people who have also said that as soon as I've come to this doctor, I'm feeling a little better. Logically, this does not make any sense. But if you do a biological test on that person, you will see improvement. What do you think is working? It's the belief. It's the belief that I've come to this doctor, that means I'm going to get okay. This effect is called as the placebo effect, which is none other than the belief system. Now, the doctor whom you believe in prescribes an expensive medicine. What do you think your mind says? Your mind says, this must be a powerful medicine. Why? It's expensive. Prescribed by a doctor whom you believe in. And expensive means it's a strong medicine. So everything is creating a dynamic, powerful, multiple placebo effect. Now apply the same for every aspect in your life. What do you think about your life? What do you think about your targets? What do you think about your relationships? What do you think about your future? Everything is creating a placebo effect every moment. The irony is, this can also work in a negative way. If you're taken to a doctor whom you don't like, now if that doctor prescribes an expensive medicine, the first thought that comes into your mind is, the guy is trying to loot money from you. And even if it's a good medicine, it will not work. This negative effect is also called as the nocebo effect, which means at any given point of time in your life, there is either a positive, which is the placebo effect, or the negative, which is the nocebo effect, which is acting. So it's important for all of us to look into our lives and correct our blueprint so that we have more of the positive placebo effect happening.